Has the modern era supercross track become too predictable and cookie cutter? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So who's ready to do a little moto whistle blowing?
No, Walty, don't do any whistle blowing. It's got to be rainbows and sunshine.
No! Somebody's got to do it. My gosh, you guys remember back in the day? Back in the day, moto was so much more hard hitting, man. Listen, that's just the only reason I'm here with you guys today is somebody who came up through the industry with controversial brands and teams that got squashed and pushed out by the industry. It's now even more watered down than it was back then. Insanity. Insane. Now, there's a lot of great things. We'll examine the good, the bad, and the ugly. There is a lot of good things I'm seeing out of the racing right now. I'm still as big of a fan as I ever was. I just remember back in the day, it was much more hard hitting. It was more core. It was more alternative. It was more extreme sports. Now it's watered down. They're trying to take it mainstream. The rule book is bigger than a phone book now. They continue to just slam these guys with more rules, and more rules. And, you know, the gloves need to come off, you guys. This is moto. It is dangerous. You're risking your life. If you've ever thrown a leg over a dirt bike and ridden a track, you are part of a brotherhood because you know how dangerous this stuff is. So today we're going to talk a little bit about why these tracks have become so predictable. For one, we're talking specifically supercross, and motocross will probably follow suit. You know, they'll start dumbing down a lot of these sections and in the jumps as well. But, you know, the reality is I get it on one hand. This is where I will say this. I don't think it holds water for supercross, maybe motocross. These bikes now are so fast and so gnarly. To keep that kind of 450 aggression contained in a little cookie cutter track, it's going to be hard. And they're doing their best, but it's just not really working out. We need variety on these tracks, big time. Today we're going to take a look at a race from the late 90s with McGrath, Fro, The Rock. These dudes were, this is back when the battles were epic. It was epic. Nobody was really just running away with it. The obstacles were too gnarly. These guys would bobble at least once a lap. Now these guys, it's about who makes no mistakes. Some of these guys, they're hitting their marks, their precision. They never make mistakes. See, back in the day, you were never quite out of it. So, like I said, we'll examine the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's all to unpackage in this one, but I really wanted to drive this point home because, listen, friends, I remember, and I know a lot of you guys do. The early 2000s was a magical time in moto. That's when we really exploded and went next level, and it really started to attract a lot of sponsors, a lot of outside sponsors, and it's just the natural progression. But one of the things I really feel, and I asked this on the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel, so if you're new, subscribe, jump over to the community page and participate in the polling. A lot of times we take a lap around the comments, reveal them here at the show, and get you guys involved, which is rad. How many of the big channels are doing that? Zero are doing that. This is rad. This is like the people's channel, right? It's Walty, ex-industry guy, current whistleblower, blowing the whistle on some of this stuff because I'm saying the things most of you have thought, but none of the other channels have the guts to say. Why? Because they're in the industry's pocket. That's what's up. So let's go ahead and check in with a classic race. Then we'll meet back here, wrap it up. Let's get started.
Hey, you got Honda Troy beside you?
Check this out. Pretty cool, huh? The mechanics mic'd up. We get to hear him talking to the king. Do they do that anymore? Nope.
From them, and you know who's sitting on your right. Okay, you know where you got to be when the gate drops. Forget about the heat race. You need a whole shot, 4 laps of your race, and then you'll be out front. You can do whatever you want then. All right? Hammer on these guys. 20 laps this time.
Well, that's great.
Bar to bar, McGrath takes the advantage in the triple. Larocco, he gets the black pass. Oh, what great infighting.
That's what it's going to take. The guy that wants it the most right now is the guy that's going to win this race.
Now, here's some real commentators. Listen to these guys as they call the play-by-play.
Oh, look at the move. Larocco and Emig going at it now.
Coming through the whoops.
Great move by Larocco to the inside. And then the double jump by Emig to retake the lead.
Making it difficult for Larocco to get around. Larocco, though, up the inside again.
Now Emig, Larocco bumps and comes off the bike. Jeremy McGrath leaps by him.
What a save by LaRocco, but now Jeremy's around him.
And that's Michael Craig in 4th place,
And
number
wait till
17.
Emmett glances over his shoulder and doesn't see that number 8 anymore. That's going to make him nervous. Jeff
White
Emmett.
flag lap. 1 lap to go. Can Emmett do it?
He's got a good, comfortable lead right now. Unless Jeremy can stay closer than this, Emmek's got the composure to hold on to it.
Emig is 1 win in Supercross history. Was Las Vegas. McGrath was not in the field.
Jeremy just had lost a little bit of time, but he jumped that section that LaRocco was doing, made it back up. Watch him through the whoops up the inside.
Emig doing a good job through the whoops.
I think the key might be that final corner where Jeremy got around Lawrence for the heat race.
I'll tell you, the fans are all out of their seats with good reason. Emig leading Jeremy McGrath in the final lap. Here's the second to the last turn. Emig, flawless. McGrath is not close enough to make a move on the final turn. It is Jeff Emig.
Now, how's that for some back-in-the-day racing? Notice that track? Not cookie cutter at all.
I don't believe it, Art. I don't think Emig does either. He jumped about 10 feet past the landing of that finish line jump.
All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. Back in the day, even the commentating back then, I think that was Bailey, and I don't know, Art Ekman, maybe David Bailey. Those dudes were calling races like they should be called. Now it's just every other word.
Oh, when I was racing SMX and Monster Energy and...
It's like, it's all just promo, marketing, plugs, Wall Street, watered down. Back then it was more core. It was the commentating was commentating. We didn't have to take time to plug. We didn't do that. And the racing was back and forth and gnarly. And it's not like we don't occasionally get that race these days. Occasionally. But here's the thing. I mean, let's just think about this. Let's really boil this thing all the way down. Why is it a big problem that these tracks are too cookie cutter? Well, for one, these bikes are so fast to harness that many horsepowers and just put them on a cookie cutter track. I mean, now I get it. There's going to be some injuries. There's going to be a few extra injuries for sure if we start throwing a lot of different weird obstacles out there. See, back when we were building tracks back then, it wasn't under like a computer program, blueprinted. It was a sketch, and here we go, throw some stuff, and then, it was like a piece of artwork. You kind of formed it as you built the track. Now it's just blam, 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 blam. Like, there's no thinking involved. It's all schematics and everything. So, these bikes, we really need to get something to just allow these bikes to have more challenges, more curveballs thrown at them. Yes, there's going to be some wrecks. It's just the nature of the beast. I don't care how cookie cutter. Eventually, it's just going to be, I guess they won't be happy. Now I hear myself say, until we're watching electric bikes on just the most cookie cutter track you could ever see. Maybe that's the way it needs to be. Maybe I'm the one that's off base. Maybe back in the day sucked. I don't think so, because back in the day, man, it was rad. It was rad. Like I say, it was entertainment, hardcore, and it spawned X Games, Gravity Games, a lot of freestyle. Freestyle was a big industry. Videos, a lot of Krusties and Triple X and a lot of these, Terra Firmas, a lot of these videos, the video games. It's all been squashed now. You don't see these videos anymore. You don't see any freestyle. You don't see any X Games. You don't see the stuff that we used to have. There's a full spin-off from that. And why? Because the industry wants to control it down till they have it in this nice little ball that only they can control. If they're not making money off it, they don't want anybody else making money off it. And that's what happened. They did not like freestyle. They squashed it. Now you're going to get watered down, cookie cutter, predictable tracks. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested industry. Welcome to the swimming pool. You've been exposed. These things are cookie cutter. You better start to get in front of this. In my opinion, you're going to start hemorrhaging fans. Unless you're just going to cater to the new woke electric bike community. Maybe that's where this thing's going. Maybe that's where you want it to. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video. If you'd like to follow me there, simply reach out to Walty Wanders MX on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. Hallelujah. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.